welcome on in to another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. I'm Terry, that's Occupancy, and we also have NHL fan joining us. And we'll just jump right into it because we got a nice slate of games here. I'll jump into the first game. Chicago is in Florida. Plus 275 for the Blackhawks, minus 350 for Florida, a total 7 in this game. I did not do my stat pages today. I did not do my stat pages today. So there is no stats. But I do have them written down. Florida has won 4 in a row at home against Chicago, winning 6-3, 4-2, 5-4, and 5-2 in the last 4 meetings. So they have got goals against the Chicago team. And this was a better Chicago team and a worse Panthers team. So for me here, it's Florida race to 5 goals. I know 5 goals is a lot and asking a team to get 5 goals, but this Florida team scores at home a ton of goals, and we see it. There was people thinking that it would be a flat spot their first game home, their last game. They scored 7 goals. So the total here is 7 minus 110. It's Florida against Chicago. Obviously, Chicago doesn't have Fleury anymore. Lankinen has played okay, but I think this is a Florida smash spot. I think they score 6 or 7 goals again. So I have Florida race to 5 at plus 110. I think we see Florida goals here. Occupancy, what do you think here, Blackhawks and Panthers?
Yeah, I'm with you, Terry. I see goals in this game. When Florida played the Canadian teams, Sens and the Canadians, it was kind of these 1-goal games that were a little close, and then Florida got it together, and they beat the Canadians by 3 in the last game, and then at least there were 7 games in the Leafs game. So look, I mean, I don't paying the minus 160 for the puck line is a great parlay piece, I think. And, Florida's just going to go back to their old ways tonight, I think. It's just going to be high octane. They're just going to, go out there and you do what they usually do. And then I'm just endorsing the regular people. Uyghur, shot ladder, 1.5, 2.5. A lot of people in the space are on Giroux tonight. So shots on goal over 2.5, and then to record a point for good old Claude. And then, Huberdeau and Barkov as well. And then, you see the lines how they are. So nothing too much more in this game.
All right, NHL fan?
Yeah, y'all covered it a lot. I mean, the over 7. I think it kind of opened up at 7 when I was looking at it yesterday. I'm surprised the puck line hasn't increased at all. It was 160 yesterday when I got it. It's still 160 now. That's a little weird, but the Panthers are shuffling around that second line, swapping Hubes and Giroux there. So we might see Giroux finally getting some more action on the shots. I might take him anytime goal at plus 160. That's also another look. I think they're trying to boost his confidence going into this home stretch for the playoffs, kind of get that second line clicking. The Blackhawks give it up. They also give up goals. So team total over for the Panthers is also another look here, even though it's probably juiced, but coming down this stretch, a win's a win as long as it's not too juiced. You can get the Panthers at 4.5, 110. Last time these two teams played, 5-2 Panthers. And I mean, I'm pretty sure they got the 5th one early. Or no, never mind. They got 2. They had to get 2 late, but it's a little bit closer of a game. So
yeah, I took the race to 5 to get the better odds of plus 110. My book, because they have the race 2 and they let you choose like 4 different choices, the odds for team totals aren't as good. And also, some books or team totals are for regulation, like only in regulation. My book team totals count for the whole game, so their odds aren't as good. So that's why I usually go to race to 5 or race to 4 usually. But in this case, obviously, you have to do 5. But I don't see the Blackhawks scoring 5 goals on Florida. So that's
No.
why I feel safe about going race to 5 instead of team total, because that's basically the difference. Is instead of team total, when you just need 4 goals total by that team, race to 5 or race to 4, whatever, race to 5 in this case, means you need Florida to score 5 goals first. But I don't see that being an issue here.
No, we saw him put up 7. We saw him put up 7 on the Habs. I think they're feeling themselves. So
Go Blue Jays. Yep. The Blue Jays got it done, Detroit, Lenny. But yeah. We will go on here to the second game of the night. Columbus is in New York facing the Islanders. In this one, plus 170 for Columbus, minus 200 for the Islanders. Interesting stat I found in this one. In the last 4 meetings in New York, the Islanders have shut out Columbus in 3 of 4 games. So in 3 of the last 4 meetings in New York, the Islanders have shut out Columbus. So that's a little interesting there. When it comes to this game here, this game is a pass for me. The Islanders, maybe I undervalue them, but I don't trust them. I don't trust them in regulation or especially on the puck line. Columbus, they're coming off the loss at home against this Islanders team. I think they're going to be motivated tonight, and I do like the odds at plus 170, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Columbus can be good, but then they can't. So this one's tough for me, and I'm not going to force plays. So if I had to make a bet in this game, if you were forcing me, I would take Columbus money line at plus 170 because there is definitely value there, and I think Columbus has a good chance in this game. Occupancy, what do you think here, Blue Jackets and Islanders?
Yeah, these two teams just met. The Islanders won 4-3. I anticipate a similar type of game, but maybe a different outcome on the winner. I'm not going to bet a side on this game. I'm not going to take the Islanders to do this back to back, and I'm not going to actually put money, I don't think, on the Blue Jackets. But yeah, like Terry said, if I were to bet a side, it would be the Blue Jackets, I think, here. I think also a sneaky over. I mean, I know you're saying the shutout history, but I think just the way these two teams are kind of ending their season, I don't think they're super tight. Long story short here, if you like the player prop market, the Islanders have let up 123 shots in their last 3 games. So 40 plus and 30 plus. Like they're just letting people fire in on Varlamov. And my best bet on the show cashed over 27 saves. He ended up with over 40. So it wasn't even close. And I would go right back to that tonight. And it was almost my best bet. But I still think it's a worthy look, and I'll end up probably having a quarter or half unit on it too. So yeah.
All right, NHL fan.
yeah, I like that. I like that last stat with Varlamov. Another person for the Isles that's been hot is Lee. You can always get a Lee assist on everything. I think this is two teams just going at it with players looking to make sure they stay on the roster next year. We're starting to see that with all these teams that are not making the playoffs. So I like that one a lot. I think the BJs are going to come out and get some revenge. They lost a really close game that they just absolutely shelled Varley, and he got 40 saves. I'm probably going to end up laddering him up to probably 35, so another five rings starting at a full unit. I think it's the BJs. BJs put up decent shots, and they're angry that uh, they lost the last game. It's in New York now. I think they put up at least 27. I think that's a good look there. But yeah, also sneaky over. These two teams just going at it, and nothing record wise is telling me that they're not going to go over.
All right. Maybe for people who don't know, do you want to tell them what laddering means?
So I'm going to, on my book right now, it's 27 saves. So over 26.5 is minus 126. I'm gonna start dropping either quarter units or just dollar amounts, and I'm going to bet 27 saves, 29 saves, 31 saves, 33 saves, 35 saves, all the way up to plus 186. And a lot of times, if you get a goalie in a spot where they've been getting shelled, like he had 40 saves last time, you can cash it all the way up. I did it with Jake Allen for the Habs when they were in Florida because Florida's been putting up shots and the Canadians have been allowing them. I did him five rung ladder all the way up to 40. He got 39. And because that last one was only like $5 or something, it didn't really matter that I missed $5, but I caught everything down to that for plus 4 something units, and he hit the first three rungs on that ladder in the second period at the end.
All right. Yeah. So some books you can do that. So I wish you all the luck. We'll jump here into the next game. Montreal is in Carolina. Plus 350 for the Canadiens, minus 450 for Carolina, a total of 6 in this one. Carolina has won 7 games in a row at home against Montreal. So this has not been a good place for Montreal to come into. This Carolina team is playing better now. They were kind of on my fade list there for a while. They're starting to play better here. I don't have anything singly in this game, but I do have Carolina involved in 3 of my parlays. For some reason, I forget to give my parlays out, but I will give them out at the end of the show, I promise. But I'm on 4 of them today, and Carolina's on 3 of them. But nothing singly. As you see, they're minus 450, so you can't really take that as a single bet. But and even like the puck line is minus 155. So there's not really a ton of value here with Carolina, but I think they pretty much roll here against the Canadiens. Occupancy, what do you think here?
Yeah, I'll keep this one pretty short. This game really feels like a social game in a way. Like I think there's like a lot of Caulfield and the Kane stuff going on in that game, and it's not really that important on the standings. So I'm not going to be making any bets for a side or maybe an over live, but that would be the only look here. But I do think Andrei Svechnikov is getting back on the board. He's only had 1 shot in his last 2 games. So if you think about it, like you're buying low a little bit. I know the trend's low, but also buy low potentially. And then I just got Aho and Teravainen on some player prop parlays as well. And that's really it for this game for me.
All right, NHL fan?
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty much juiced out of taking a side. The over might be the look. Another look that I've been doing for Kane's home games. One is the wagon we've been calling it. It's kind of sweaty, but it's the visiting team total under a half goal first period. They play possession hockey at home and they're fine with it. The last non-playoff team that they played, first period went 0-0, and I've been blindly betting 0-0 at the end of the first period. They played the Flyers 0-0 at home. They just kind of pass the puck around. Don't really push the play too much. It's plus 450 tonight. I'll be throwing $5 or $10 on that just blindly. And then, the Habs not to score in the first period is minus 110. I'll be on that one. It's kind of hard to bet the under just because Carolina, if they get it in gear, they can score 2 goals and kill your under 1.5. But if they go up 2-0, they can definitely cash that Habs team total under. So
Tim says Sabres money line. That would be pretty hard to bet, but good luck since the Sabres don't play today. Canadians' worst first period over team in the league. All right. We'll jump on into the 4th game here. New Jersey is in Boston. Plus 215 for the Devils, minus 260 for the Bruins here. The Devils 3-1-1 in their last 5 trips to Boston. However, this year, Boston has beat them 5-2 and 5-3 already. So we've seen some high-scoring games between these two. this year. The total 6.5 here. This is another game where I didn't get to anything singly, but I do have a player from New Jersey in my player prop parlay, which I'll give out at the end of the show. I'll just say his name now, Jack Hughes. He's one of the players I have to get a point in this parlay. But other than that, I'm not sure what happens here. If anything, I'd maybe lean with the Devils here as a sneaky underdog. So we'll see what happens. Occupancy, what do you think here? Devils and Bruins.
I don't think too much about this. New Jersey in his last 2 games put up 32 and 38 shots. Boston's allowed 32 shots to Toronto in that loss. So I'm going to take Allmark saves over 25.5. I just think that's low. I think asking for 26 saves isn't asking for too much here. I'm just with this type of price, I'm not getting in on a money line. But yeah, this game is what it is.
All right, NHL fan.
Oh man, yeah, I think we should see Boston bounce back after getting embarrassed by the Leafs at home. I was looking situationally because I was like, okay, it's the Devils. These two teams normally get after it when they play each other. 5-2 in New Jersey, 5-3, 5-3 in the Bruins in January. So I think we see goals here. I know Occupancy was talking about how the Bruins have been letting shots up. I saw someone in the chat say that they like Pasta for a goal. I like it too. That's a good look. I think Pasta likes scoring against the Devils. But I'm trying to think of another angle here other than goals. I think the race to 4 is a decent look. Sorry if I'm kind of capping. Work's been fun today. But yeah, the race to 4 is -110 for the Bruins. That's not too bad. I think they at least get 4 because I know the team total's kind of juiced. But yeah, Hughes has been getting on the scorecard, so I do like that as a parlay piece on a point parlay. Ooh, the puck line. That's a good look there, Nick. I like that one. I don't have a side on this. I'm trying to keep this slate kind of smaller and gear up for the weekend, but yeah, I think we've pretty much talked this one to death. I think the Bruins should handle business here. I think we should see goals in this one. But other than that, I don't have too much more on this one. I haven't gone into too much depth on this game.
No problem. We'll go on here to the next one. Winnipeg +215 is in Toronto -260. Total 6.5 -130 for the over in this one. Winnipeg 4-1-1 in their last six trips to Toronto. The last 4 meetings all went over 6.5. So there's probably a good reason here. The total is at 6.5. Hellebuck played last night, which means it'll most likely be Eric Comrie tonight. He's played pretty well this year. And Colgren for the Leafs. He's either really good or not so good. So this is another one here. Obviously, you can't take the Leafs money line unless you're putting it in a parlay. You could take the Jets, but I don't think this is a good spot for the Jets. And the total 6.5 -130. That's a lot of juice there for the over. So for me, this one, I'm not touching it. I do have Toronto money line in one of my parlays, but other than that, I think the Leafs win this game, probably in regulation. Let's see what the price is for that. Leafs and reg is -170. So it's really tough to take this game if we're betting singly. Occupancy, what do you think here? Jets and Leafs.
Yeah, I like this game. You get everyone who watches the show, and I agree with Toby in the chat there. These teams playing up to their potential. Absolutely. I mean, I think this is where the teams who are making this run are going to start showing their form. Toronto's played great in the last couple games. The whole world was on Boston, and then we saw what happened with that. I like the Toronto puck line, plain and simple. Minus 105 for that. I was on the Jets last night, and I had to sweat that out. And they barely won that game. I mean, it took a shootout. The third round of the shootout, it was tied for Blake Wheeler to basically just captain Deke. He just skated in at Anderson and like just did it whatever it took at that point. And then the Jets got a huge 2 points for them in their own race. I think they try to keep it competitive tonight, but it's not going to happen, I don't think. And I would feel pretty confident saying, yeah, Toronto in a parlay for sure on the money line. And if I have locked in their puck line as well.
All right, NHL fan.
Oh man, yeah, it's gonna. The Jets really angered me last night, but we're not gonna talk about it. They just look like they did not give. Yeah, I'm not gonna curse, but yeah, they didn't really care. Yeah, they were skating around lackadaisically, not pushing the pace, and they knew they were more talented than Buffalo, but they weren't really pushing anything. I mean, we saw it in the shootout. They didn't really try till they didn't miss the net in the shootout, and so we're going to see them here. I think they were looking ahead to the Leafs. They want to show the Leafs. They got Comrie in net now. I think we see goals. One thing from this game I'm going to see here is put the over 5.5 in an over 5.5 parlay. We've got a bunch of 6.5s and 7s, so I like over 5.5. I think it right now in my book it is minus 215. I think that's a good parlay piece. I think we see goals because we have Colgren and probably Comrie tonight, and I believe Kyle Connor's still out, so Jets are going to give him up because the Leafs have been scoring. And Colgren at home has been really well. We watched him get a shutout against Dallas a couple weeks ago. Colgren on the road, though, we see games soar over. So I think the 6.5 is kind of juiced, but I'm not too scared to lay the juice and throw over 5.5 into an over parlay. I think we see some goals in this one.
Yeah, I can see that. The only reason I'm kind of worried about the 6.5 is because Comrie has played kind of well at points, at least. And
Yeah,
Colgren,
he
he could
has,
be
but
really good or really bad. So either it's going to soar over for you, or Colgren stands on his head, and I don't know. But hey, I'm not on the under, so I definitely wish you luck. And there should be goals. There should be goals in this. We'll jump right into the next game here. I have an opinion about this game. I don't think that'll shock anybody that I have an opinion about this one. Pittsburgh plus 110 is in Minnesota facing the Wild minus 130. Total 6.5 in this game. Pittsburgh is 4-2 in the last 6 meetings in Minnesota. So they have had some success in Minnesota. This year, the Wild are 12-0-1 against the Metropolitan Division. They have already beat Pittsburgh once in Pittsburgh, but 12-0-1. They have one overtime loss, which was to Columbus in Columbus. Columbus pulled the goalie, tied it up late, which is usually what Minnesota does, and then Columbus did win in overtime. Other than that, they're a perfect 12-0 versus Metropolitan. The Wild have won 7 in a row now and have allowed 2 or less in all 7 games. So this trade deadline, Bill Guerin is a genius. He's a genius. Getting Fleury, getting Delorier, Middleton. He just pulled all the right strings. Fleury's played great, but Talbot has played absolutely amazing, and especially since Fleury has come in. Talbot has just played absolutely amazing. This is going to be a great game. Originally, I was going to have the under. I was going to have a Minnesota money line and under parlay. However, DeSmith was announced starting today, which kind of surprised me. But that made me increase my bet on the Wild money line, and I didn't do the under. I'm not saying that just because DeSmith is in that the game's going to soar over or anything, but I do think that Talbot may eventually start letting in more than 2 goals because it's tough to only allow 2 or less for a long time, right? So I think it's possible that Pittsburgh could get some goals. I think we could get some goals in this game, but the way Talbot's playing, I totally don't blame anybody for taking the under here. I just don't trust Smith, so I do like the Wild money line. I have 2.5 units on the Wild money line, so a big boy bet on the Wild tonight. I also have a quarter unit on the draw, just in case this is a close game. Draws can happen a lot right now. And then, of course, Minnesota is in my parlays, 3 of the 4, which we'll get to at the end. Occupancy, what do you think here? Penguins and Wild.
Yeah, Terry, tonight should be a profitable night for you, for the show, for me. Let's end this month right. Let's look at the form for both teams and see that the Wild are playing tight and they're winning the games. Pittsburgh is having some difficulties. I don't want to go too deep into it, but they're just not playing well. They're a great organization, a great fan base, and a great team all in all. Penguins are great, but they're just not doing well right now. And when you look at the spot and you take it all into consideration with the price, go on the money line tonight, hope for a good hockey game, and trust that your Minnesota Wild come out with the 2 points.
Yeah, I definitely do trust him. The only action I have is Chris Crosby over half a goal, hoping Flower comes in. I am so happy that Dean Evison put Flower against Philly, because I was saying, are you going to put Flower against Pittsburgh? I'm like, no. If I was coach, I'd be putting Flower against Philly, a division rival for him for a long time that he's beaten quite a bit. And I would put Talbot here against Pittsburgh because Fleury will have a lot of emotional feelings towards Pittsburgh. He's obviously going to on the bench, which is totally fine, but I don't want him kind of having emotional feelings during the game. So I am happy that it is Talbot tonight. Talbot's played absolutely amazing lately. So what else can you say? NHL fan, Penguins and Wild. What do you think here?
Yeah, I've seen comments in the chat, and I know y'all talked about it. I think it's going to be a close game. I might just take the first period under in this one. Oh man, I know Pittsburgh has struggled, but the Wild have played great defense. I know it opened up at a 6.5. I took it early. I'm pretty sure it's been bet towards the under. No, the line's kind of stayed the same. I don't think we get goals in this one. I think we get some playoff hockey, and I bet it that way. I got the under at -120 yesterday. I saw Nick Earl in here. Yeah, under 6.5. I think the Wild clamp down on defense at home tonight. I like them. I don't hate that puck line either. I think they take care of business against a Pittsburgh team that has 2 games to play against the Avs next. Both these teams are in really rough stretches. I know the Wild have to go play. They go on a little bit of a road trip of death. They play at Carolina.
Six
Saturday.
playoff teams in a row.
Yeah.
After this one. So 7.
More than that if we're counting the Stars.
Well, technically the Stars are.
Yeah,
they,
wild card.
they weren't when they announced it on the last Wild game. They said the Wild have 7 games in a row coming up against playoff teams. So, but they have a rough stretch coming, right?
Yeah, and I know the Penguins. I know the Penguins have like I said earlier, the Avs twice. So I think we should start to see some playoff hockey. I don't think these teams are going to want to go out and just take it to each other tonight. There's just no need, because that's how you end up with guys hurt and you end up not performing well on the road during these tough stretches. So I might throw another $5-10 on 0-0 first period. Just see these teams look to feel each other out, and then really push the pace second period to get an advantage. So I do like the Wild in this spot. I like the under 6.5, and then little fun bet. I'm just going to blindly bet 0-0 to see what happens.
All right. I am going to give out a possible goal scoring prop in this game. One I'm not betting because it is a Pittsburgh player. Jason Zucker is making his first trip to Minnesota since being traded over a year ago now. He was injured the last time Pittsburgh came to Minnesota, but he's healthy. I guess he's back tonight, and this will be his first game back to Minnesota. So if I was going to take a Pittsburgh goal scorer, it would be Jason Zucker because he's had a lot of success, obviously, in Minnesota playing for the Wild. But I'm not going to do that because Talbot right now, no, there's no way I want to take a goal scorer against him the way he's been playing. That will most likely end eventually. I'm hoping it's not tonight, but we'll see. We'll jump into the next game here. LA is in Calgary, plus 260 for the Kings, minus 320 for the Flames here, a total of 6. The Kings have lost 3 road games in a row. Calgary is playing well, but not as well as they were during their streak when they were just amazing. Now they've kind of slowed down a little bit, but this is a good spot. This is a good spot for them here against the Kings. The Kings played last night, and now they are playing again here. It'll most likely be Peterson and net. I see this being a Flames smash spot. I'm on the Flames puck line for 1 unit at minus 115. I think we see the Flames come out here and take it to the Kings in this back-to-back. Playing Edmonton and then Calgary the next night is never easy. So I think the Kings are in trouble tonight. Occupancy, what do you think here? Kings and Flames.
Yeah, everyone's heard me who watches the show how much I love the Flames team right now. I was a little disappointed with the Colorado loss. In the standings, it's not that big of a deal, but like it just kind of hurt to watch that happen. Obviously betting on the Flames for sure. But dude, like think about it, okay? Like the Kings just had a really tough loss. Like they grinded it out, with that Oilers team last night, and then they just got the 1 point. Cal Peterson, if he's confirmed, which I would expect because Quick played last previous game, Cal Peterson got lit up bad in the last game to the Kraken. Like you ever just see like when the shot goes on net and you're just like, I think this is going in. Like that happened like 4 times in a row in one period for the Kings for Peterson's last appearance. So think like Peterson, okay? He just had a really, really bad outing. And now they're playing in like the toughest arena north of the border, on the west side there. I mean, small sample size, but it is what it is. I want to bet the draw. That's where I want to be for this one. I love to watch this game. I mean, this is what hockey's all about. You get up, you're watching these people flying on the ice, and these are 2 teams where, I'm probably gonna stop what I'm doing and then just tune into this game. No official plays for me, but Peterson, once he's confirmed, if we can get his saves props at around 27, I'm gonna go full unit. Calgary in their last 3 has shot 45, 38, and 33. Okay? They don't let up. They're not letting up tonight. I don't want to turn this recording on tomorrow and hear how Calgary's going to come out so strong, and then we don't see that performance. So it's not going to happen. All right? The Flames are what they are. They're shooting the puck. They're trying to win the game. The Kings are what they are. A fringe team fighting for their playoff lives. Peterson saves. Let's not think about it. Let's make this money.
All right. We have a new commenter here. We have a few new commenters today, so thanks everybody in the chat. The new faces we're seeing. Aaron asks, he says he's been on my Wild for 2 months now. He's off it tonight because of fear. How strong do I feel about the side 1 to 10? He wants in, but he doesn't know, not even the over-under. If I had to give a 1 to 10, I'd say probably about a 6. I know I have 2.5 units on them, so you think like, whoa, but Pittsburgh is a very good team still. I don't think the Wild are necessarily going to blow the Penguins out, but I'm pretty confident the Wild win this one. They've been playing so well right now. I can't go against them the way they're playing.
Yeah, Terry, for perspective, Wild fan saying 6 and a non-Wild fan is saying 7 for me here.
And then with the total, I would, like I said, I would lean the under, but I don't want to take the under with Smith in it. So, yeah, the Wild will lose eventually. They've won 7 in a row. They're going to lose, but I think Pittsburgh may possibly look ahead towards their 2 games in Colorado. But the words look ahead can be overused, and we've seen it where people think teams are going to look ahead and they don't. So we'll have to see.
Terry, real quick. Let's think about something. Who did Pittsburgh just play in their last 2 games, aside from the Detroit game?
Well, yeah, Rangers.
Okay, Detroit now think about it. The Rangers. Think about the style they play. Very similar to the Wild. In my opinion, I was watching this hockey, So if you think they don't match up well with that type of team, the Wild are even more physical than the Rangers. So, sorry, Pittsburgh, but the style that you're coming with is just not going to really work. The XL Energy Center tonight.
All right, I like it. Flames race to 4. Hey, I want to talk you off that. I'm on the Flames puck line. So
team total as well. Yeah, I'll give my breakdown over that. Yeah, team total. Flames bouncing back. They're angry they couldn't get the Avs without McKinnon at home, and they ran into a wall, a net. That's why they lost. Unfortunately, the Kings are not going to have a wall in net, as they're probably going to throw Cal Peterson, and I think they're going to absolutely shell them. Do we cover the over 6? I don't know. It could be 5-0, 5-1 Flames, but Flames puck line, I'm all over it. Flames race to 4, I'm all over it. I think this is a Flames smash spot. They're going to take care of business. They're going to get their 2 points. They're going to cover the puck line, and that's that. We've seen the Flames. The Kings are considered a playoff team. We've seen what the Flames like to do to playoff teams. They play the we're gonna make you remember this come playoff time, and I think that's what they're gonna do here. They're gonna put a bad taste of Calgary into their mouth for when if they have to play them in the playoffs. So I think Flames take care of business. Going back to the Wild comment, I like the Wild here. We see it. They're throwing the Smith out there tonight. I think the Wild will lose eventually, but I don't think tonight's the night. I think.
Did I skip you?
Yeah, you went occupancy.
No, Nathan, give us your number, of 1 to 10. What's your confidence in the Wild tonight?
I like that analysis of a breakdown of possession, more physical teams. I think I would classify the Wild there. They do have Kaprizov. Kaprizov likes to go fast, but you nailed it right on the head. Penguins don't match up, especially away from the crib, which is at home and on the road. So they don't match up well away from the crib with physical teams that like to play possession hockey. So I don't think this is a Pittsburgh spot. I like the Wild. I'd lean closer to 8. I'm pretty sure of it. Anyone can go out and have a bad game, but I don't think this is the spot. I think the Wild are looking to get their points while at home before they go on this rough road, not rough, but not fun road trip. So I like the Wild in this spot.
Yeah, well, I've been saying that the Wild are a Stanley Cup contender. Obviously, I'm a fan. We all know that. But obviously, the Wild are very good this year. But this upcoming trip, including tonight, 7 straight games against playoff teams. This will prove whether I'm right or not if they are a Stanley Cup team, Stanley Cup competing team. If they falter now and lose a bunch of these games, then they aren't. But if they are able to win, like I think they will, then they'll be a Stanley Cup team, a competing team. Calgary may lose, so they don't face a certain. I don't think we're at that point yet. I think we're still too far away, and I don't know if teams would lose on purpose to face a different team, but that could definitely be possible. Nathan, did you talk Kings and Flames?
Yeah, team total.
Yes,
team total,
yeah,
Flames puck line. Yeah, there's so many games that I didn't really dive into a lot of player props, especially teams that I don't normally follow really close.
No worries. We'll jump to the next game, and then we have one more after that, and then we'll get to best bets and everything. Sharks plus 280 are in Colorado minus 360. Total 6 in this game. Colorado has won 6 in a row at home against this Sharks team. Obviously, it was a different Sharks team, but the Avalanche have had success here. They're minus 360 in this one. I am passing this game completely. I'm pretty sure. Yes, I completely passed in this game. The Avalanche should win this. The Sharks can be sneaky sometimes, but it will be Kaapo Kähkönen in net for the Sharks. Former Wild player, obviously. He struggled against Colorado when he faced the Avalanche when he played for the Wild. So I think this could be a good over spot. If I had to bet anything, it would be the over 6. But I'm passing. Occupancy, what do you think here? Sharks and Avs.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Weapon X to show up and tell us how this is an Avalanche smash spot, because we honestly need that. There's no other way to look in this game. It's the minus 1.5 for the Avalanche. They're sitting at home waiting for the Sharks team, who just broke Clayton Keller's leg, and I hope the guy's okay. I didn't see the collision. I just saw it. We're just on a stream, saw it happen. Always want people to be okay. It's a dangerous game. He tweeted, so he sounds like he's all right, but still, the Sharks have that hanging over their head. It's a weird thing, and now they're going into Colorado with a team that's just got Nathan McKinnon back.
Let's see. One second. I just want to interrupt you here for this comment. Where is that sports guy? He decided not to come on the show today. Apparently, he has better things to do. I guess providing the world with oxygen is a more important thing than coming on the show. So I guess that's why he decided not to show up. But yeah, occupancy, continue.
Yeah. Sports guy's planting trees. He's doing it up for us in the Pacific Northwest. So this is the game where you go to your Makar over a half point. You do all those things that you like to do with the Avalanche. You do it here. You do it tonight. This is that type of game. Good luck, everyone.
NHL fans, sorry. What do you think here, Sharks and Avs?
I don't know. I feel sorry for that sports guy. I freaking hate digging holes. So yeah, if you see a spinoff of that old movie back in the early 2000s called Holes, it's me, that sports guy digging holes to plant these trees. But yeah, we'll poke fun at him. Hope he doesn't tear himself up too bad digging all those trees. But yeah, Avs smash spot. Them Sharks keep stealing my coin. I don't know how you get embarrassed. I mean, who the heck are the freaking Yotes putting veg milk out there with the freaking AHL team right now? And the freaking Sharks still managed to lose to them last night. Anytime I bet against the Sharks, they prove me wrong. Anytime I bet on them, they prove me wrong. I've got the Avs puck line here, but Avs should take care of business. They get McKinnon back. Fade them Sharks. Kähkönen's in net. Kähkönen gets rocked by the Avs. Don't read too far into it. Take the puck line. Move on. Yeah, that's all I got. And then the Sharks go back on my no bet list.
7:30 Frank, another new commenter here, says first period over 1.5 for Colorado Sharks. I like it. Kakinen, he did not play. Obviously, I watch every Wild game, so I saw Kakinen against the Avalanche, and it was not pretty. He did not play well. So.
Yeah, if you like that over, it's probably going to be the Avs. So go ahead and take the Avs team total over. You know what? I'm still angry at the Sharks, so yeah, I'm adding that to my card. Avs team total over 1.5 first period.
All right, we will jump into the final game of the night here. The Stars minus 180 are in Anaheim, plus 160, a total of 5.5 in this game. I believe the Ducks have lost 10 in a row now. I don't have all the numbers up in front of me, but it feels like they haven't won in forever. Dallas on the road here, coming to Anaheim. The Stars have won their last 2 trips to Anaheim, but I believe lost 6 before that. This is not a good Ducks team right now. They're not in a good place. The Stars fighting for their playoff lives. A lot of people would say that the Stars need to win this game. And what teams need to do, they don't always do. But in this spot, I do think the Stars win here. I'm not taking them in regulation just because the Stars are an overtime team. But the Ducks aren't playing well right now. So if I had to go anything in this game, I would do Stars. Probably go with Stars in reg. But I'm not betting it. I will go over my parlays now because I always seem to forget. So I have a player point parlay. Giroux for Florida. Sebastian Aho for Carolina. Jack Hughes for New Jersey. Kaprizov for Minnesota. All over half a point. And then I have Tkachuk for Calgary over half an assist. So that is a 5-gamer plus 613. So a small bet on that. I also have a 6-gamer, another small bet. Florida money line, Carolina money line, Toronto money line, Minnesota money line, Calgary money line, and Dallas. That is my big 6-gamer for plus 710. I have a team total over parlay. Florida, team total over 3.5, because I can get adjusted team totals in my book. Carolina, team total over 3.5. And Calgary, team total over 3.5. And then my bigger parlay had the Toronto Blue Jays money line on it, which is already won. And then Florida, Minnesota, and Calgary. So if you're looking for a parlay, Florida, Minnesota, Calgary, all on the money line. That would be my recommendation. That's what I like the most tonight. Occupancy, Stars and Ducks. What do you think here?
Yeah, Terry, we agree pretty much on mostly everything tonight. That's awesome. Yeah, everyone, thanks for listening in today. We really appreciate the followers in the chat, and it's awesome to see new people. And yeah, just make sure you hit the like button when you can and tell people. We really appreciate it. I love just talking hockey with everyone, and it's like fun to just get people's takes and opinions, and it's awesome. So appreciate that. Dallas money line. I see them winning this hockey game. Find a dance partner type situation if you want to double. Just a 2-leg parlay. Dallas money line in it. I'll feel good tonight. Yeah.
I can say that the entire world is not on the Wild. I won't say anything too specific, but there is a professional handicapper that I know that is on the Penguins. So, but really professional. I shouldn't really say that because who's considered professional, who's not. I guess.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people on the Twitter sphere that are on the Pens. So I mean,
there are people on the Penguins. Isaac says Melissa. You'll have to see. Her best bets are coming up here very shortly.
Yeah, she'll give out her card. I mean, depends on how you like it. And which team you know better and how you think they are in a spot. I could see I could see either side when we were well, even the Wild fan, me and Occupancy. We all no one said no one slammed a 9 or a 10 on it. I like the Wild here. A lot of people, I've seen a bunch of people that like the Penguins. So it's just how you think each team is in the spot, and so yeah. But speaking
What do you
of a
think about
spot,
Stars and Ducks?
I think this is a star spot. I think the Ducks are going to limp into a high draft pick this year, so Stars need this one to stay ahead of Vegas. Vegas didn't they have a shutout last night? 3-0 shutout on the road. Yeah, so
I'm not sure.
Stars and Vegas are locked horns in the West for that last wild card spot and wild card standings. Um, Ottinger tonight. Who are the Ducks throwing? Ducks haven't confirmed anyone. We'll probably get Gibson. I think we see goals. Stars normally suck that first game on the road, and they bounce back with a bunch of goals. But if they're down, don't be scared to bet them. Bet them live. I know a couple people cashed on them live for like plus 200, plus 300 last games. They've had a bunch of third period heroics. So if they're down by a goal or so in the third period, I'm probably going to live bet them money line and live bet that third period. I think they should take care of business against this spiraling Ducks team.
All right. Toller is jumping on in here right at the end. Welcome on in. Too late to send your picks? Nope, you're right on time. We're just about to get to that.
Perfect.
If you want to give a quick, obviously 6 games, but anything you really like tonight, if you want to give out anything.
I'll just give a quick little brief rundown for what I'm looking at. Got a couple series sweeps on the cards tonight. Definitely like the Flames. Definitely like Avalanche. I'm a little weary towards this Delia keeper for Florida. And then I also believe that this Boston game is a little bit of a trap line. I know that Boston's coming off that loss. New Jersey's not terrible. They are hit or miss, but I still think that that Bruins not to be up a little more than a minus 200. So I probably would just steer away from that unless you had to pick something. Other than that, I think it's just a chalky night. Don't overthink it. It is a Thursday. Just get you some nice, easy coins before the weekend, and let's have a night.
What's the best over 6? I don't really like any totals tonight. No totals are really jumping off my eye. I know a lot of people definitely like that Toronto game over, but I know it's a 6.5. So scammers on pens.
Yeah, a couple teams I like for the over 6 that we've seen trending that way. I think Islanders BJs will push that pace, especially with Varley in net, because I forget, is it Sorokin or?
Nah, it's Varley. Sorokin's hurt.
Yeah, Sorokin's hurt. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Sorokin's hurt. So it's Varley in net. They've been pushing the pace. They've been giving up shots, like Occupancy said. I like that as an over 6. Jets Leafs Colgren on the road has been letting them in. Colgren at home has been playing well. We got Comrie, Jets on a back-to-back. I think we get goals there. The others, it just depends on how good the big favorite wants to push the pace and score 4 or 5. So the others, maybe not. But those are my 2 lines that are around even money that I like the overs in.
All right. I'm going to bring up the best bet screen here. Quickly show the standings. If you want to see the standings, subscribe to the Getting Wild with Terry and Friends Twitter page. I post the results from each night as well as the updated standings afterwards. Today, I'm going to just bring up everything here. Just going to scroll down. And we'll start with Dog of the Day. Only 3 people. Oh, yeah, Occupancy, you changed your best bet here. So I'll change that when we get to it. But best bet, Dog of the Day, Occupancy, you went with Columbus. DJ went with Columbus. And Andy went with Columbus. Those are the only dogs of the day. Toller, is there a dog of the day that you like?
I'm only going with this dog because I'm hoping it's going to send some bad juju to him because I need them to lose for my Preds. So we're going to go with Ducks for the dog of the day.
All right.
Need those Stars to lose.
Oh yeah, shoot. Sorry, Doc. I didn't have that up. So sorry. Yeah, sorry, Doc. I was messaging somebody. Who did you say again? Sorry.
I need the Ducks to win here
Oh,
tonight.
Anaheim.
I need them to win for my Preds.
All right. I think your Preds will be fine, but I do think I hope they finish third in the Central, and it'll be Wild. That's who I want the Wild to face. Toller is your.
Man. Yeah, I'm
Because I
getting
think
too
we
hot
could get
right
her.
now.
Hey, the
Get
Stars
it done.
and the Preds could both make it. I mean, LA could fall out, and so could Edmonton still. I mean, it's up for grabs, you know.
St. Louis too. I know that's more of a pipe dream for me, but we'll go on here to over under. No over under for me. Like I lean with Minnesota under 6.5, but I don't trust. I don't trust a Smith enough to take that. If it was Jari versus Talbot, I would love that under, but I just don't trust it. I can't do it. Occupancy, you went with Columbus Islanders over 6. Nick and DJ both did take Minnesota Pittsburgh under 6.5. Melissa did not send in an over under. Nathan went with Columbus Islanders over 6. And Andy went with Winnipeg Toronto over 6.5. Toller, is there a total that you like tonight?
There's not one sticking out to me with these goalies and how high the lines are.
Hey, no worries at all. We'll go on to best bets and best parlay pieces here. No big surprise. Wild money line is my best bet. Did anybody see that coming? Minus 125 or the best odds I could find for that. Parlay piece, I'm going Minnesota plus 1.5. Why not? I tried to get cute and I went Zuccarello over half a point the other night, and he didn't get a point. And of course, everybody else did, like Kaprizov and like the other players around. But I think Hartman got a point too, but Zuccarello did not. So sadly, that did not cash. So I'm going Minnesota plus 1.5 for my parlay piece. Occupancy for your parlay piece, you went Florida. Uyghur over 1.5 shots.
Yeah, he's a guy I trust.
And you're changing your best bet to
I like to take the Minnesota Wild line.
Soto money line. I love it. Nick took Minnesota Pittsburgh under 6.5 as his best bet. Carolina money line as his parlay piece. DJ went with Giroux for Florida over 2.5 shots on goal, minus 115, and Bergeron over half a point for his parlay piece. Melissa went with Colorado on the puck line as her best bet. Calgary team total over 2.5 as her parlay piece. And I did forget to type in, she did choose Pittsburgh as her dog of the day. I did forget that. I just remembered now. She did choose Pittsburgh as her dog of the day. Nathan went with Giroux anytime goal scorer as his best bet. Calgary money line as his parlay piece. And Andy went with Winnipeg money line as his best bet. Colorado money line as his parlay piece. Toller, you're currently in first. You've overtaken that sports guy for first place in best bets. What do you like tonight?
I can't take all the props. If everybody was on the stream last night, you saw DJ kind of help me find my way to first with that one because I was debating between Canucks Ray and that would have lost. So shout out to DJ for that one. Tonight, though, we're going to keep it simple. Who did the Kings confirm for their goalie? I didn't check before I hopped on. I apologize.
It wasn't confirmed, but they're expecting Peterson.
Expecting Peterson. Okay, yeah. Let me do Flames puck line for my best bet.
You're right. Colin Delia was confirmed.
Yeah, Delia got confirmed.
Chicago.
I don't trust him.
No, that's great because I'm on Flames. Or sorry, I'm on Florida race to 5. So Colin Delia, that's awesome. That's great to see him in that. Jake Ottinger is confirmed for Dallas. Nobody confirmed for Anaheim or LA. So sorry, what's your best bet?
Let me go Flames puck line for best bet. I'll find you the best odds right when we get off if you don't have it.
Yeah.
I like the rest here for them tonight.
Yeah, hey, I like the Flames. What do you think for parlay piece?
And then for parlay piece, that gives me part of me wants to do Carolina money line, but let's do Colorado. Let's just do Colorado to be safe.
Colorado money line. All right. That is the show. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. Best of luck to everybody tonight. Smash like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Thank you to the new people in the chat today. We love to see it. We love to answer your questions. And best of luck to everybody tonight. And we'll be back tomorrow for another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Have a good one, guys.
See y'all.